Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. For the Cavaliers, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And tonight will feature a high-level front-court matchup. Tough, physical play. Shaq, how did you go about establishing dominance against the best of your peers?
Well, you got to realize that nothing's going to be given to you. You got to earn it. I used to be really dirty, Ernie. Talk about their mama, talk about their sister, talk about their coaches.
What if they didn't have a sister?
No, you did not.
What if they didn't have a sister?
Come on.
Listen, I did research.
Okay.
And I mastered the research.
That's called Shaq-search?
Yep.
Okay.
Got in their head, Ernie. It's called Shaq-icism.
Wow. Shaq-icism. Well, anyone can bring the A game for, a stretch, but the truly great players, Ernie, they bring it for the duration of the game and duration of a season. So, physical play is good, but mental toughness is better.
Did you like physical opponents, physical matchups, Shaq?
I sure did. EBS, Ernie.
EBS. Oh,
elbow
EBS?
Sandwiches.
Oh, my God.
You had to eat them.
Eat up.
You had to eat them, meet them, and possibly beat them.
Oh, my gosh. If you're rhyming, you're on time.
You are absolutely on fire today. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Every diamond's a flake.
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a win against the Grizzlies of Memphis. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. The crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Heat, Wallace out there with ABC. And there's Bryant, then it's Johnson, and it's Malone in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Now here's Wallace. John Havlicek unable to get his shot to go.
Cleveland foul call. John Havlicek. That's his first personal foul.
So it's Miami now. Wallace kicks to Bryant. Gasol with the steal. Now Cleveland moving it up. Goes up. Oh! Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago. And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Johnson kicks to Malone. Bryant against Bryant. Johnson, the pass to Bryant. And it's sent back by Kobe. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Kobe against Bryant, and Hayes kicks to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Inside runner, and that's good off the glass that time. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Johnson with some nice D. Passes it to Wallace. Wants to get it to Malone and does. And he gets it to go.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Russell powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Now here's Hayes. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Charlotte.
And, of course, you cannot forget just how dominant his shot blocking was in that game. Just changed the entire complexion of that game.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Wallace with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Johnson goes in. Bryant gets a wide open look. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to speak with Eric Spoelstra for a moment. We discussed their defensive strategy going up against Kobe Bryant. He said, well, he probably has the best footwork of any player in the game. You can't give him any room in his jump shot, but when he's got all those fakes, it's so tough. Guys, he said he knows Kobe is going to get his points. They just want to try to limit his efficiency out there. Guess we'll see how they do.
Thanks, Doris. Russell, a screen on Wallace. Good. Havlicek's got his first 3 points of the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Wallace. An 11-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor. And for Wallace last season, his main contribution was made on the sideline and in the locker room. A mentor and a spiritual leader for the Celtics. He rarely saw floor time, but his presence was felt by the young players looking for guidance, getting it from the aggressor we used to call Crash.
Here's Johnson. Misses off the left iron.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Greg, when you think about Wallace's career, you think about the reckless style of play that led to his success, but also Clark off into the injuries.
Yeah, you know, I think the toughness Wallace is imbuing in the younger players is a positive as long as it's balanced with control and discipline. That's the key.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Daniels, he's checked in for Gasol. Lights out comes in for Havlicek. And Hardaway is subbed in for Bryant. And a new group in for the Heat. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Malone. Iguodala comes in for Gerald Wallace. Ellis, he's checked in for Bryant. And Dubs subbed in for Johnson. Hardaway dishes to Hardaway. The shot is off. And it's Miami the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, the bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, everybody that stepped on the floor played and made a contribution, and that's always a positive thing.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert.
The Heat have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Dub the pass to Okafor. Hardaway with the steal. Left side Hardaway. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. A different look now for Cleveland. Horford comes in for Russell. And it's Green in for Hardaway. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lever, guarded by Hardaway. Puts it up. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot on.
Ellis against Red. Ellis outside. The 17-footer. But they'll get another chance. Over Daniels. And Ellis the bucket on the assist by Okafor. Ellis has got his second bucket of the night.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Nice job, Cavalier girls. What do you say, fans? You feel close?
Hardaway for three. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Heat lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
On the court for the Heat, Dub is out there with Bryant. Then there's Wallace, and there's Iguodala. And it's Malone in at the 5 spot. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Now, here is Havlicek. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Now here's Iguodala. John Havlicek unable to get his shot to go. The shot by Kobe, no good.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball. You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay. You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, Coach, always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And going back to last year, this series was an even split.
Yeah, guys, they feel like they're the better team. The standings would agree with that. I look for them to assert that with their play tonight.
Russell, he's checked in for Cleveland. Hardaway comes in for Hardaway. And Miami also making a switch. Johnson's checked in. Screen by Russell. Outside Gasol. He feeds it to Havlicek. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and another miss by Cleveland. The Heat leading by 4. Johnson kicks to Malone. The pass to Iguodala. Russell against Wallace. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Hardaway dishes to Gasol. They set the screen. Screen by Russell. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now, here's Bryant. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Rebounded by Hardaway.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Wallace has got his 4th rebound in this one. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
A different look now for Cleveland. Daniels, he's checked in for Gasol. Green comes in for Havlicek. And lights out subbed in for Bryant. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Miami. ABC comes in for Wallace.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
The Heat leading by 6.
Russell.
Johnson outside. He dishes it to Kobe. Jumper off the screen. The shot no good. And Cleveland the other way now.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And the slam dunk by Russell.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Here's Kobe. The Cavaliers making the shot. And there. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Screen by Russell. Right against Bryant. Kobe with the steal. Iguodala, the pass to Johnson. Outside Bryant. Johnson inside. Guarded by Hardaway. Johnson, good. Johnson's got 6 points.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Red.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Johnson kicks to Bryant. There's 25 seconds left now here in the second.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Here's Hardaway. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Hardaway. Hardaway hits them both.
Thank you, Cleveland!
Down low. Here's Okafor, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one on Horford. The Heat have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Both free throws good for Okafor. And so that's the end of the first half. Heat out front. They're up by 6. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I'm here with Coach Eric Spoelstra. And Eric, you guys have seemed in complete command out here tonight. What's been the key so far?
Well, I think we've been able to get to our pace. We've been active defensively. So we just have to maintain our focus and keep trying to be in attack mode, both ends of the court.
Eric, thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into their offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Without question, John Havlicek displaying his skills.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
We've got Russell. Hardaway is out there with Bryant. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Havlicek in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for David Blatt. Hayes, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 6. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Johnson kicks to Malone. He lobs it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And the call will be against Gerald Waltz. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Gasol a screen. Shot off the pick. And that one comes up a bit short.
And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
Offensive rebound. Hayes. And a missed layup.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Hardaway dishes to Kobe. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed. That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs, swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. 4th, Pau Gasol.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers, really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
Just his first attempt. He clangs that one off the back iron and down 2 points. Johnson kicks to Malone. Outside Bryant. Here's Johnson. Another miss by Johnson.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Pass to Malone. Wallace kicks to Kobe. A fadeaway. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Gasol a screen. Hardaway passes to Gasol. Havlicek with it. 12 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Russell. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Hardaway's checked in for Cleveland. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Heat. Dub comes in for Kobe. The Cavaliers shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Heat have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Hardaway dishes to Kobe. To the inside. Oh, and the jam by Russell.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's Johnson. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. And Bryant kicks to Havlicek. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Kobe Bryant with a beautiful pass that time.
Miami trailing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Russell. Coach said the first thing they should be thinking about is getting the ball in his hands and letting him lead the way on each and every possession. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Rebounded by Hardaway.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And the foul called on ABC. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here is Havlicek. He's got 14. Gasol screen. And John Havlicek again. And now a 4-point Cavalier lead.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Ellis after the made shot from John Havlicek. The wing jumper off target.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
32 seconds left to play in the third. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. It's Gasol missing. The Heat trail by 4. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Back to Havlicek. And it's Miami with the rebound. From deep, Ellis. Off on that one. The third quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers ahead as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Cavaliers leading by 4. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Moses Malone out there with Wallace. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Ellis. And it's Bryant in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Havlicek. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls it up. The shot by Bryant, no good. The Heat trail by 4. Bryant passes to Ellis. Good on the shot. Ellis has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Heat.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Hardaway dishes to Kobe. Feeds it to Havlicek. Kobe with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. Johnson, good.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
On the wing, Bryant. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
And the Heat making a change here. Hayes is checked in. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Hardaway kicks to Bryant. Good looking screen by Gasol. Bryant against Kobe. 5 to shoot. Kobe passes to Havlicek. From about 19 feet. And another miss by Cleveland.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Johnson, solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, "We're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it." Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Kobe kicks to Hardaway. Gasol inside. Hayes on him. The fader. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Gasol. For Miami, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Johnson goes in. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland the other way now. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Russell, a screen on Wallace. And it's Bryant in the corner. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Johnson. Guarded by Hardaway. shoots a fader, and the shot is good from Johnson. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball, trailing by 4. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Havlicek, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
What a shot over the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
Greg does not get much tougher than that. Tough defense, high pressure situation, clutch play. I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
Oh, trying for it. Hardaway with the steal. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Back to Kobe. Havlicek outside. To the paint to tie it up. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Shooting for Cleveland, Kobe Bryant. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. The Heat have gone 5 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Outside Bryant. The dish to Johnson. The fadeaway. And again, it's the Heat missing. For Cleveland, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Hardaway kicks to Havlicek. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game. I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Against Bryant. And it's Russell with the rebound. Russell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bryant drives in. Kicks it to Havlicek. dishes it to Russell. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
They've struggled against him in this one. Just no answer for Champ. He's got 10 points and 1 steal.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. No luck that time either. Miami trailer. Johnson dishes to Bryant. He kicks to Malone. And stolen by Russell. 3-on-3. Kobe with the steal. Bryant against Wallace. On the wing, Bryant. Tries it from 19. And no good. Trying to use the glass. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Hardaway passes to Havlicek. Money!
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Fans, you gotta get loud. Come on, let's have a round of applause for the Cavalier girls.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Malone. They can't stop the run with that one.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Screened by Russell. Here's Havlicek. And he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting for Cleveland. Russell taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
.24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Johnson kicks to Kobe. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight. And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Here's Wallace. Buries it. And that shot brings them to within just one. And now they foul and stop the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. The three from Bryant. He's off from 3. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. And you were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw good.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan player of the game. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before, but it never gets old. A textbook example of making play after play to lead the way.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
And, folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.